My apologies for the technical difficulties. We are in the middle of a hurricane. We're in the middle of a hurricane, so the cable went out. The electricity stayed on, for surprisingly enough, but the cable went out. And so, because the cable went out, I lost y'all for a few minutes, but then it came back. It seems like it's all good now. But yeah, we lost y'all for a few minutes. Sorry about that. And yeah, so here we are. Yeah, here we are back again. And I just wanted to let me get everything set up here for my other stuff here to make sure that okay. All right. Sorry about that. So, what was I saying? So, I wanted to start back not all the way at the beginning, but so now this is the first week of camp. Okay, this is the first week of training camp. Um, and so maybe it's possible, Knicks Nation. It's possible. I'm not saying it's definite, but it's possible that we're jumping the gun. It's possible we're jumping the gun. All right. I am a firm believer in cream rising to the top. And so, one thing about Tom Thibodeau, he is stubborn. We saw that last year in spades. He's stubborn to the point of even stupidity. We saw that last year in spades. And if he, it was to the point last year, if y'all remember, that again, Berman reported that Worldwide West wanted Tibbs out, that he wanted Tom Thibodeau out, because that's how stubborn Tom was, especially with this point guard rotation. Yeah, technical difficulties during Hurricane. Oh, yeah, thank you, 2189 for the super chat. No, but that's how bad it got last year. It was to the point of being ridiculous with the ineffectiveness at the point guard spot. So, and then of course, I don't know if it was because of this, but Julius Randle was trying to handle the ball more, and that kind of made things worse, right? And then at the end of the season, RJ Barrett started handling the ball more. So here we are. This is the first week of camp. I guess to be fair, it makes sense that you start off because in the Knicks practice, I think we know now, the blue shirts are the starters, the gray shirts are the rotation, and the green shirts are out of the rotation. So the green shirts, you have Farron Hunt, Deuce McBride. I forgot who else they have in the green shirts, but that's the green shirts. And then the free agents they sign. And then you have in the blue shirts, JB, RJ, Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and Evan Fournier. And then Cam Reddish is wearing a gray shirt. Now, this is Wednesday. It's the second day of camp. I think we should wait. Let's wait and see. Like I'm saying like the first two playoff games. The first two preseason games. Okay. The first two preseason games, that's what I think they will be using to solidify who's starting on opening night, what the rotation is on opening night. I think the last two preseason games, especially the last preseason game, they'll probably be dealing with the rotation only at that time. And that's the way Tibbs has done it for the last two seasons. Okay, that's really how he's done it for the last two seasons. So, to be fair. So let's wait. I mean, I'm not saying Knicks Nation that y'all not going to blow up. We all not going to blow up come opening night and we find Evan Fournier starting and letting people just run by him on defense. But I'm saying let's wait. Let's wait. And let's see how this plays out. Let's not get caught up. You see, brethren, I mean, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day. It's easy to get caught up in the moment-to-moment. And the media will try to create moments every day. They try to create clicks. They try to create a story every day. I mean, I think we understand that. They try to create a story every day. So with that in mind, though, I think let's hold our judgment until at least opening night, right? And then once you see opening night, I'm feeling like, 20 games in, 20, 25 games in, not even 30. I'm saying 20, 25 games in, we should really see whatever adjustments, changes need to be made at this point. Thanks again for the $5 super chat, 2189. Tiz forces things into his principles and familiar hierarchy. This creates poor rotation. Yes, he doesn't adjust to what he has. That's true. I think that's what you're saying, right? 2189. He doesn't adjust to what he has. He doesn't take advantage of what he has, but he has to mold it into his system, right? Otherwise, if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I want to wait and the reason I say that is because Evan Fournier was here all of last year. Okay. And he admitted that he played terrible defense. And he said to begin the year, he played terrible defense. And he got better at the end of the year. Now, that's true. He did start the year playing horrible defense. And he did get better at the end of the year. But it wasn't playoff level defense. I think, you see, he was still a cone at the end of the year. But what happened, he learned to play passing lanes a little bit better on the weak side of the floor. I did notice that. He would come up with some steals, or he would come from the weak side, from the back side of somebody and double team him and steal. He did do that a couple of times. But in terms of that lockdown defense that you need to get a stop when you're trying to win a ball game, and it's not lack of effort. It's not lack of effort. It's not lack of effort. He just doesn't have the lateral ability on an NBA level. It's just simple as that. He does not have that athletic side-to-side ability on an NBA level to stay in front of anybody for any length of time. And in NBA, like, to be fair, most players on NBA teams are so good that you can't expect anyone to stay in front of them forever, right? It's a 24-second clock. You want to try, if you could get a guy to stay in front of an NBA level player for 5 to 8 seconds, you're doing something, right? I mean, to be real about it. So if somebody can stay in front of an NBA player for 5 seconds to 8 seconds, that gives enough time for the defense to adjust and help, all of that. But Cat can't do it for 2 or 3 seconds. I mean, he can't even, whoever he's guarding is going by him, period. Whoever he's guarding, when he gets the ball, that guy gets the ball, and Evan Fournier for him, Evan Fournier is not there. He's not going to be there. It's going to be like 5-on-4 at that point. That's how bad he is defensively. So I want to wait, because this is the thing. In terms of Grimes and Cam, listen, they're going to both be in the rotation. And they're going to get how many minutes they're going to get, we don't know. It could be 12, it could be 8, it could be 20. I don't know. But when they play, the Mobb Deep unit is going to be really good. Just like it was last year. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think the starting unit, even with Evan Fournier, is going to be as bad as it was to start last year, because Jalen Brunson is that much better than Kemba Walker right now. Kemba Walker is finished. We're not talking about as a career. We're talking about right now. Kemba Walker is finished as an NBA starter. Jalen Brunson is just entering his prime. So Jalen Brunson alone makes it better. He makes it better, to be quite fair with it. But will they be optimal? Will they be able to hang out with the Bostons of the world? Will they be able to hang out with, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heats? And can they play with the Nets and the Sixers? That's where we have a problem. That's where we have a problem. Okay. That's where we have a problem. So I want to wait, and I don't want to react to every press conference in preseason. Does that make sense to you? I mean, do we need to react to every press conference, to everything that's being said right away, and draw conclusions based on the second day of camp? Really, though, You hear what I'm saying? Thanks for the $5 super chat. Omar, the clock is ticking on Tibbs' future in New York. If he doesn't play the youth, Obi Grimes and Cam, we will see Coach Bryant in January. I'm agreeing with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. You could definitely do that. That could definitely happen. Okay. But I don't want to pass, even though we all have seen Thibodeau do what he does, I don't want to pass judgment right away. I want to wait and see. I guess that's what it is. I'm suggesting we take a wait and see attitude to let whatever is going to happen. So I'm saying, even if Fournier starts, which to me is not set in stone, I'm still not believing that Evan Fournier is set in stone as the starter. I don't know, and I wish I did. Have any of y'all ever been to a Knicks practice? Any of y'all? Because I want to know, do they scrimmage? Do they have 5-on-5 in practice? Everybody's glued in by his practice. Guys, thank you to anyway, and you're right. But I'm saying, do they scrimmage 5-on-5? Because if they scrimmage 5-on-5 in practice, to me, that's where your Grimes and your Cams get to show out, right? So they get to show out in practice if they're playing against the starters. I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, I don't know if they are or not. My man, Jay Ellis said they do. Okay, thanks, Jay, my man. So he said, yes, they scrimmage. So to me, that's where if Cam is guarding Fournier, or if Grimes is guarding Fournier, and vice versa, I'm not worried. I'm going to be honest with you. If Grimes or Cam is guarding Fournier and vice versa, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. You hear what I'm not worried, because then you'll see. Everybody will see. Okay? And look, they have to ball. Grimes has to ball. Cam has to ball. And I'm talking not just in practice, which is obvious, but in the preseason game. Because in the first 2 preseason games, both of these cats going to get minutes. I'm going to guarantee you that. Cam and Grimes are going to play good minutes in the first 2 preseason games. I really believe that. I would be shocked if they didn't. Okay? Cam and Grimes going to get some minutes in the preseason game. Okay? When they do, they got a ball. For them, this is like the playoffs. For them, this is your chance, young man. This is your chance right here. For both of them, for different reasons. For Cam, this is his 4th season. He's trying to get paid. For Grimes, because he was in the starting lineup a couple of games last year, because Tibbs really likes him, because Tibbs pushed to get him. You got a ball. There's no doubt. You got a ball right here. Okay. And one thing, fair or unfair, about Tom Thibodeau, when he calls on you, you better ball out. If you just show up and you all right, then you go back to where you was. You got to be like balling out, like Hollywood style comeback, like that, when he calls on. Okay. So I don't want to make judgments yet. I want to wait. Okay. I want to wait, because let's see what happens, because this right here is going to say a lot about Thibodeau. Like somebody said, I think it was 21. No, it's Amar. It's going to say a lot about Thibodeau's future right here. Okay. He really, and you know what? I ain't buying. Today was the first day that I really called Thibodeau a liar in his 3rd year. This is my first time. When he said, I don't feel no pressure. That is some bull crap. You in New York, baby. You at MSG. And don't act like, you ain't got a ball out. Don't act like it's time. It's game time. It's game time, Mr. Thibodeau. It's game time. Right? So show up. Come correct. That's all come correct. Yeah. Come correct, bro. That's all I'm saying. Come correct. Ain't no Berman to write articles positively about you right now. The boy that took his place ain't on your side. He ain't your buddy for 20 years. So come correct. Come correct. So I want to wait. I want to wait, and I want to reserve judgment. The first preseason game is going to tell us a lot. The second preseason game is going to tell us a lot. And then when you go to opening night, that first 20 games going to tell us a lot. We ain't even, and that's what I'm saying, we ain't even got to wait 30 games. And the reason I say that is because Fournier played all last year. So it ain't like he needs to get adjusted to Tibbs' defensive system. Right? I mean, right? He used that excuse yesterday. I had to get adjusted to the system. Okay. Now you hear your second year. You was the starter last year at the 2 guard. Now you here. Let's see how you play. Now you know the system. Let's see how you play. Okay. So let's see what happens. I don't want to make a prejudgment right now. I want to wait. And I'm suggesting again that Nick Nation, let's hold off on making judgments until we see what happens. Now, next Tuesday night, I think it's against Detroit. Next Tuesday night in the Garden against Detroit. Let's see what happens. Let's see how they play. Because, again, this is only the second day of training camp. Okay? No, Michael Drake, that's some bullcrap. I mean, I hear you. You asking the question. I'm not telling you that's some bullcrap. Ain't no pressure on him. No, ain't no pressure on him. See, again, let's look at that premise. Michael Drake, I'm not picking on you. I want to bring out your question so that everybody can see. Okay, Michael Drake, I just want to let you know I'm not picking on you, my brother. I'm not at all. I think it's a valid point. I want to bring this out. Michael Drake asked a question. Okay, Michael Drake, I hope you don't mind. He asked a question. Raw Hebrew, I have a question for you. Since Grimes was held out on the trade for Donovan Mitchell deal, is there some pressure for Grimes this season? Is that okay? That's the question. Here, let's go part one. How do we know if Grimes officially was in or out of the Mitchell deal? How do we know if Grimes officially was in or out of the Mitchell deal? How do we know? If Grimes was officially in and out of the deal. That was a rumor, right? That was a rumor, correct? That was a rumor. Everybody understand that was a rumor, right? Okay, that was a rumor, correct? Okay, so it was a rumor. Therefore, what we need to ask logically, our second thing is Grimes on the team right now? Is Quentin Grimes on the team right now? Yes, he is. So whatever rumor about a draft, what might have been, is irrelevant to Quentin Grimes, and it should be irrelevant to you and me. Y'all hearing what I'm saying? Is Grimes some of y'all saying Grimes is in a walking boot. Is that correct? Is Grimes in a walking boot now? Let me see Quentin Grimes. Let me see. Some of y'all, now you're going to let me check now. Is he hurt? He's in a walking boot. I don't see anything about that. He's in a walking boot? On Twitter? Okay, let me see here. I'm looking this up. On Twitter, Nick? All right, let me look at this. I didn't see that. If he in a walking boot, that changes everything. Is he in a walking boot? Is it official? Like, is it official? Oh, in a video, he had a walking boot. Okay, did they make any injury status about him? Did they say anything about an injury status? It was a rumor too. All right, because I'm just wondering, is there injury status with him that we all know? Okay. I didn't hear anything about that. I'm looking on Twitter. I didn't see any official thing. I'm looking for Ian Begley to come out and say if that's the case, if he's in the water, if he's hurt or whatever. I'm looking, and I didn't see anything about that. So I'm going to assume that's a rumor also. Yeah, I don't know. Let's wait and see. Again, let's wait and see. Okay. So what I'm saying is, Grimes is under no pressure because he was included in the deal and got pulled out, because we don't know if he was included in the deal. We don't know if he got pulled out. And let me tell you this. Let's look at it like this. If the Knicks front office, which is led by Leon Rose, if they were going to trade Quentin Grimes, okay, Nick, okay, you ready? Let's say if they were talking with Utah about Quentin Grimes, would they tell Quentin Grimes, listen, Quentin, we're talking to Utah about trading you? Would they do that? Would they say to Quentin Grimes representative, get ready to pack your bags and go to Utah because we're thinking about trading you for Donovan Mitchell? Would they say that? Would that be something they would communicate to Quentin Grimes? No, they wouldn't. So now, if you're Quentin Grimes, are you paying attention to these things, or are you just working your tail off to get ready for your opportunity to start? If you're Quentin Grimes, you just balled out in the summer league, you just came off, Thibodeau wanted you. What are you doing this summer? You're not paying attention to rumors on Twitter. You're trying to get ready for the season. Does that make sense, yo? So there is no pressure on Quentin Grimes because he was in the Donovan Mitchell rumors. There's no pressure on RJ Barrett. There's no pressure on Emmanuel Quickley or Obi Toppin or any of them as far as Donovan Mitchell. Why? Because, brother, one thing about being in the second day of camp, all those cats are New York Knicks. All those cats are New York Knicks. And if you've been an athlete at any time, right, one of the things that I've noticed about successful athletes, they deal with